Hola, mi familia. This video will speak to passive meditations. Now, passive meditations are going to be regarding your awareness in general. So, when we speak about like people using a phantom body to project into that vehicle and to explore what's known as astral realms and such, we talked about how that etheric world is actually kind of a super physical world. It's superimposed upon the physical, the material construct that we're using as a tool to create it. And you have to experience this. You're going to have to try, if you haven't practiced projection and DreamWorks and such, then you gotta put forth a little effort to try that and give it a shot. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say that if you're watching this and you haven't gotten into it before, there's a good chance that if you try it now because of this video, it's going to work out for you fairly easily. You're going to pass that boon along, give you that energy right here and now. You got a green light in that. But if you explore those worlds and you become aware of them and you know that they exist, then you can engage in a certain level of passive meditation during your daily life, which is just this particular one would be regarding the spotter and spotter's practice spotting. Just be aware of values that are presented to you, be aware of cues that are presented to you. What you're going to do is just try to keep in mind that these worlds exist and that this presence exists and that it's there, and be kind of on the lookout for it. And the more that you engage it, the more that it will give you feedback. So, if you're out there looking for it, you're going to find it. And most people will say, well, your brain puts together patterns and makes you think that you're seeing something you're not. It's not. There's no such thing as a hallucination, man. If it happens, it happens. If it's real to you, it's real to you. If you experience it and you get something out of it, that's the reason it's there. This idea that our brains make up illusions for us. Yes, that's true. Our brains do make up illusions for us, but that's what our brain is doing all the time. What did this world, this material world that we live in, this is a brilliant, beautiful overall example of how our cognition, our comprehension is moving in reverse. Backwards. It's a reflection. We see the dream worlds as being ephemeral and passive and just transitory, and like they come and they go, they're fleeting. But they actually exist. These phantom worlds that we're creating with through our minds and with this material world, those exist and they're there and they're lasting. This world is the one that breaks down. This world, this body, this is the transitory phase, this is the ephemeral. We think that this is the solid world and that's immaterial. That's not the case. That world is fixed. It's going to stay there. This world is the one that changes. This world is the one that breaks down. This one is the world where we lose things. Things die in this world. So this is the transitory place. This world is the dream. That world is very real. And if you experience it, you practice projection and meditation, DreamWorks, and you experience it to that level, you're going to understand that it's more real than this real world is. Now, ultimately, what we're wanting to do is achieve a fusion between the two. We want to bridge the gap between this world and that world, between life and death, as it were, and eliminate death altogether. We're trying to end finality. That's the point of this game, is to achieve a fusion between the ephemeral and perpetual self. And you do this most effectively by achieving fusions between other aspects of yourself, masculine and feminine, shine and shade, positive, negative, all of these things you want to try and keep into balance. And the ephemeral and perpetual self, you achieve a fusion by building a bridge between this world and that world. And while you can do that in that world, in the dream life, by knowing that you're in a dream and being lucid, you do the same thing here. by being lucid, being awake, being knowing, keeping in mind and reminding yourself, remembering that this is a transitory dream and that there is a force in the world that's speaking to you, that the world is alive and that it's communicating with you, that's a part of you. And the more that you engage it, the more that you experience synchronicities, the more rapid it's going to happen, the more fuller, faster. It's just, and you're going to get sharper, you're going to get faster, you're going to get more energy, you're going to be more and more connected with everything. And when you achieve this fusion where you are in fact connected with everything all the time, you're going to start to achieve a fusion between the two worlds. And one thing you might notice is that you don't need as much sleep. You're not going to sleep a whole hell of a lot. When you do, you're just kind of gonna, it's almost, sometimes it can get to be like you're trying to drown yourself going to sleep. You're trying to push yourself underwater because it's difficult. You want to be in this world, and the reason is this world is the answer. This world is the reality we're trying to build and we're trying to maintain. We are trying to make this world real. We're trying to realize our true self and our true potential in this life as we are. And we have all these challenges and blockages that keep us from doing that. All these things that make us afraid of expressing ourselves, afraid of people accepting us, afraid of being able to achieve something, afraid of failure, afraid of accomplishment, afraid of success. We're afraid of everything. We want to overcome those fears. And when a fear presents itself to you, you want to overcome it. You want to take it head on and overcome the challenge. And that's an example of how you do a passive meditation in your life, is to just be excellent. Excellence is a habit. Just do what your intuition suggests of you and engage the synchronicities that are presented. Engage the challenges and overcome them. Take advantage of the opportunities that are presented instead of shying away. That's how I'm saying the initiative page, the group, everything about this. It's a training ground. You're providing you an opportunity to express yourself and then to it caused it to affect changes. And as I've said, if you present something to us, if you present an idea of a project or something you want to do, any idea you have, something that you think is important, we'll back you on it. We're providing the opportunity for you to have a springboard for anything you want to do, to express yourself openly, to practice social interaction, to learn from each other. And that's, so I mean, obviously, there you go. Engaging the initiative and especially the page is an example of how you can practice a passive meditation. It's just something that you're going to be, something that you're going to have. And when you engage active meditations, you're exercising that self and growing stronger with it and building it up kind of on your own in a sort of an isolation. You cut off the rest of the world and you practice that. And then the passive end of that spectrum is going to be where you actually come into the world and express it, share it, show it. Show yourself off, show off what you can do, show off what you've accomplished. That's how you engage a passive meditation. So basically, you want to be doing that all the time. You want to meditate in every moment, make every moment excellent. Be here, be now, be present, be aware, alert, and engage. Don't be afraid to engage. Overcome that challenge and try to achieve a fusion between your ideal dream self and your real living self. And eventually, we're going, inevitably, it's somehow, if whether we make it this cycle or not, we're going to make it to the point where this is permanent and we achieve a solid base here, 5x5 reality where we can live indefinitely. Problem is, we have all these complications that are we're literally killing ourselves left and right. The whole planet is polluted with negativity, with obviously physical constructive pollution, you know, fluoride in the water. Are you kidding me? You people put up with this shit? Sorry, that's but seriously, you're just gonna let that slide? There are people killing you, and they have reasons for wanting to do it, and they think that it's the right thing. We gotta cut that. We gotta change their minds. We gotta deal with these these catalyst events, and we got to handle the situation appropriately, because I fully intend for us to survive this time, for us to make it through, for us to create a permanent reality out of this one. Whether this me makes it or not, I don't give a shit. I'm going to ensure that most of the rest of you do. So that's all. Thank you for this time. Kila Salai, Terryuni Ciari. Be extremely fucking excellent all the time. That's an order. That's your practice. That's your directive. Namaste.